welcome to the Mikey Report, ladies and gentlemen. It's wonderful to have you on the new version of the show. We have wonderful guests lined up for you and spectacular stories. Starting off with, well, let's just put it at this way, NFL playoffs. How many saw those playoffs this weekend? Cheer!
Woo! Yeah, I saw the playoffs.
What about that Jets-Patriots game? I mean, that was crazy. Especially with all that trash talking. Well, I have to say, Wes Welker had a little case of foot and mouth disease. Especially after that agony of defeat. But on other news, we have, well, let's just say Facebook has been in the news quite a bit with their latest movie, Social Network. Golden Globes were last night. I didn't end up watching it. Why? Well, Ricky Gervais. That's why. He crossed the line, which, that doesn't surprise me. Usually Brits do cross the line. And knew that. He ended up missing that Patriots comment. That's a good thing. Okay. Where was I? Oh, yes. Facebook. Gotta love those inadvertent miscues, huh? So, Facebook in the news. Social Network bringing home 4 Golden Globes. Pretty good. Apparently, Hollywood Foreign Press really liked that movie. And speaking more on Facebook, Goldman Sachs ends up removing its U.S. clients because of intense media attention. Well, before that happened, Goldman Sachs was pretty popular. Now, their popularity on Facebook, 0. No likes on that page. So, like I said, we have some great guests for you. From Valley Forge basketball broadcasting fame, Mike Hadinger's on the show tonight. And we have a lot of great guests. Mike's going to be the only one here. So stick around, we'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the show. We have a lot of great guests planned in the week. We have Pete Armstrong joining us. We have Ruslan Haag joining us later on this weekend on Saturday, and the famous John Youngins. But today we have a senior of Valley Forge Christian College, an Ohio State Buckeye fan, and a broadcaster for Valley Forge Patriot basketball. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Mr. Mike Hadinger.
Mikey, good to be here.
Good to be. Nice to have you join.
It's a beautiful mug.
Oh yes, it is.
May I ask what's in it?
Just one.
Good.
May not be the coldest, but
Room temperature is fine, thank you.
yeah.
Especially with the snow outside. It's a wonderful temperature.
Yeah, apparently there is supposed to be a little bit more snow, but we won't get into the weather here. We want to focus on you. I mean, you haven't really been announcing too long for Patriot basketball. What really encouraged you to get into that?
Well, honestly, it was a pretty funny story. It started last year. It was the day of the alumni game, which is kind of preseason still. We had just finished a soccer game. I forget who we played, but actually I believe it was the alumni game. We came back and we were just finished changing, and Professor DeRozier's, we asked him, we said, hey, is anyone who's doing the broadcast? And he said, well, I don't really have anyone right now. And we said, hey, we'll do it. And we did that alumni game. It was great. We had a lot of fun. I guess they liked it, and so just like that, we ended up doing most of the games from there on out.
Mm-hmm. Like, you guys did pretty much that whole entire season. It was a heartbreaker at the end. You guys even went to national tournament to broadcast. I mean, it had to feel like draining knowing that your team, the one you support, just pretty much, in lack of a better term, crumbled.
Yeah, that was tough. The guys played great all season. We'd followed them. We'd announced for them. And then the national tournament, a team they had beaten by 25 earlier in the year, just kind of, they made a lot of good shots. Patriots didn't have their best game, and yeah, all of a sudden, in one day, the championship hopes were over. And it was tough, as you can expect, but hopefully rebound a little bit this year and get it going come March.
Yeah, they had a little bit of difficulty out there in Missouri this weekend, but...
They did, but they played some good teams, CBC and North Central, the Rams, and so they're quality teams, and hopefully they can learn from the losses.
Yeah. And speaking of championships, I mentioned in the intro for you the Ohio State Buckeyes, and under Coach Jim Tressel, I mean, they have been stellar, to say the least, but the whole recent news with Terrell Pryor and those other players, and those 5 guys had to commit to Coach Tressel to stay for their senior season.
That's right.
In order to play in that Sugar Bowl, so that prohibited Pryor from even entering the draft for this year, which a lot of people thought of, and they even thought Andrew Luck would, but he's returning for his senior year.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of the top top flight underclassmen choosing to stay, as you said. Andrew Luck, Justin Blackman of Oklahoma State, some other ones, and as you said, the 5 Buckeyes had to pledge to come back next year in order to play in the Sugar Bowl, and they ended up winning. I think Coach Tressel's got a good program there going. Had a couple bumps, both on and off the field, but I think he's a quality guy. I think he's taking care of business there, and I'll always be true to my Buckeyes.
Yeah.
Because loyalty is
key. Loyalty is key, and I mean that's really the main program you follow in sports for the most part, right?
You mean as far as...
For like professional sports or college sports in general?
Yeah, college football is definitely my number one.
Mm-hmm.
Most passionate about that and the Buckeyes. So, thanks for the mention there in the intro.
Oh yeah.
Appreciate you got my back, Mikey.
Oh yeah.
That's the hawk right there. Yes.
Always.
Always.
A fellow Buckeye fan and someone who's very close to you in not only the broadcast booth but also as a good friend, Flicka. And I was hoping to have the tandem. Flicka, Hattie, and the Hawk, and that's how we rolled last year.
I guess that dynamic is unbeatable. It's kind of like, Pop-Tarts and chocolate milk and, some other kind of delicious breakfast thing. But, hopefully maybe further down the road, you got an open spot again. Yeah, Dylan has to go to somewhere in further west for a class for the week, so he'll be gone for the whole week. It broke his heart he wasn't able to do it today. I know we've been talking about it and hoping to get us both on and do that together. But
yeah, we were talking about that for a couple months now, I think.
Yeah, I know we tried to do it back in September when the college football season was going on. I guess the schedule's never really worked out.
Oh yeah, that's been really the most difficult thing. But with start of semester, new format, figured start off right.
Well, hopefully I can still fill in and do that good job with that first show.
Oh yeah, obviously. And you're already doing a wonderful job.
Well, thank you.
And, I mean, I mentioned Golden Globes and that, I don't know if you got to see any or if you read anything about it.
No, I can't say I'm really into the pop culture too much. I mean, I can kind of follow the movies and the shows and the music a little bit, but no, as far as like the awards go, I'm not too into that, no.
Yeah, I was reading the article of and Ricky Gervais going across the line. That's pretty much one thing that I really didn't like, and because you can go to a certain extent, but when you cross that line,
there's always a line. Yeah, you gotta just you gotta be careful.
It's like that backcourt violation.
That's right. Or a 3-point shot.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 50% difference in points. That's how it is with appropriateness. 50% good over the line is bad. And looks like he did that.
Yeah.
Last night.
So, I mean, you never know. And hopefully that things can turn around. But we're going to take a brief break. We'll have more with Mike Hadinger after this. Don't go away. And welcome back. Here again with Mike Hadinger, a great friend of mine. And we were talking over break, and you had mentioned about living here in what I call the studios. Or our plaque above us says Ellis, in memory of Ellis C. Damiani.
That's right. Good old LSD. I always had some good times with that here. Yeah, we lived here freshman year. It's been 3 years ago. And yeah, I mean, just this lounge, a lot of homework, a lot of crazy apples to apples games. In here, playing football out back in the U back there that divides.
Oh, right here.
Yeah, Butler, or Beisel and Damiani. I live down there in 106. So I believe where you live right now.
I live all the way across the hall in 101.
Oh,
but
Did you used to live down there?
I used to live down there. But now I decided I was looking for a change of pace and that. So, you know, it had to be a little different.
Going east side to west side, huh?
Yeah.
Or north side. I don't know what side it is, but.
I don't know what the geographics is, but.
Yeah, here in Damiani. That's where it all started.
Yeah.
So.
I actually started my freshman year in Bongjourno.
Oh, wow.
When it used to be Koa. All the way back in 05.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. Then I had to take a couple years off just to gather some things and that, and
get some stuff in order and
head
on back to the forge.
Yep.
Nice.
Where everyone was excited for me to be back.
Well, why wouldn't they be? Seriously.
Yeah, I can't believe it's been 2 years I've been inside that mailroom serving you guys.
It has been, hasn't it? A lot of mail, huh?
January 09. And I get my old boss back tomorrow, which I'm excited for.
Coach Tim?
Yep.
Tim Pommern?
Yep, Tim Pommern.
That's cool. I never worked in the mailroom. Worked in the library, worked in the gym, worked in the cafeteria, never in the mailroom. So.
And you're graduating, so it's...
I am. It'll be too late. No mailroom for me. Something you have done that I'll never be able to do.
Well, it is tedious work, but it gets done.
You know, that's work. God both blessed us and cursed us with work, and something we got to do, and it makes us strong. So, that's how it is.
Yeah. And, alrighty. Well, like we were saying about that, the gym thing, big basketball games coming up against one of our huge rivals, LBC.
Yeah, that's right. The Chargers are coming to town Thursday night. The women's and men's basketball team will be competing in a region tournament game, or not tournament game, it's a region game. But yeah, it's always a big game against LBC. You know, they're just an hour down the road. Had some close contests in basketball with them. Haven't really got to level one soccer, unfortunately. But yeah, we beat them in the championship the last 2 years, the regional championship, and another student athlete committee's got some events and some giveaways planned for both the women's and guys game. So I hope you guys come out to that. It'll be a lot of fun, and we'll have some giveaways, have some prizes, and let's get loud for the Patriots. The LBC game is a big one.
Yep, games at 6 and 8 o'clock. Here on the campus of Valley Forge Christian College, the Patriot Pit.
At the pit, that's right.
So, yours truly will be the floor announcer. So, it'll be an exciting time.
That golden voice, radio, sort of announcing.
Well, it could be radio, it could be YouTube, it all depends.
You never know.
Yes, you never know.
I roll.
And I have heard from, actually, assistant coach Shane Poocher, some exciting news about the ladies' regional tournament. That BBC is not in it this year.
Yeah, that is a big news. I mean, especially considering they just lost to BBC in a very close contest. I'm sure they have the talent and the coaching to defeat BBC, but that is that is a good piece of news knowing that they're not going to have to face them in the tournament. Especially because probably if they would, it would be at BBC instead of, hopefully here at the pit, depending how these semester's games go. So, it's big news for the ladies. They got a good team this year. The Amandas and Charlotte Benton, a good friend, as well as the other players that are on that team. Very talented. But yeah, it's good news for them that they got an easier path to some home games in the tournament.
Yeah. Morgan and Chanel were named to the all-tournament team for the AG Classic, so that was some good news. I enjoyed hearing on the telecast the other night from CDC's group. You got to talk with Professor DeRocher to work on more detail and design and that, because I have to admit that broadcast was pretty good. I mean...
Okay, for the CBC's broadcast?
For CBC's broadcast.
Yeah, whoever the young man was doing was very professional, very good. They had some good camera angles on that. I'm not too much into the technical stuff, but I know we're a fledgling program here with the digital media, and CBC did a great job there as well. And congratulations to Morgan and it was Chanel, who made the tournament team. And they won. They brought home the AG
we brought that trophy.
Second year in a row.
Yep.
And only the second time all time, I believe. So last 2 years.
Last 2 years for Valley Forge.
Special ladies.
I've seen that program pretty much turn around, as most of us here who've been paying attention to Lady Patriot basketball have, and with the additions of the Amandas, like you said, and Charla, Kate Antelic, another good friend of yours, and the rest. So that's definitely been a big.
Yeah, well, Coach Reggie, has done a great job, recruiting those players and really developing them, as well as having many kids on his own. He's good at that too. He's got 4 of them now, so yeah, Reggie's he's a good guy. He's my RD. I like him, so he's just very quality individual.
And I'm not sure about what else. I mean, what else do you plan on doing after you leave these hallowed halls of the forge?
Well, I'm prayerfully, looking into some graduate schools, and hopefully we'll get accepted, and the path will be clear for me to move on, continue my education. I really like theology and Old Testament studies, and I believe that's the path that God has chosen for me. So, I've had a lot of great times here at the Forge. It's definitely going to be missed. Playing soccer, being on a student athlete committee, all just a bunch of things, making friends here. But it's been a great time in my heart. But it'll be sad to leave, but I'm excited for what's next.
And I think we all are excited to see what transpires between now and then for you. And we look forward to having you back on the Mikey Report in the future.
I look forward to being back. No doubt about that. It was a pleasure.
Pleasure's all mine, my friend. Pleasure's all mine. Well, that's going to be everything for Mikey Report here for tonight, January 17th, 2011. For myself and Mike Hadinger, we shall say, see ya from here inside the Mikey Report studios. And tomorrow, Pete Armstrong, right here. You don't want to miss it.